Good afternoon, everybody. So I'm trying out my new Chinbar mount that I made for the drift, which I'm going to be honest, it looks ridiculous. You can either say that it looks like I've got a black chin dildo, a childo, or some sort of King Tut Egyptian pharaoh beard. The drift definitely looks weird with the chin mount. I mean, don't get me wrong, a big drift square in front of your face looks a little weird too, but the drift definitely takes the cake for most awkward looking chin mount. And I have no idea if the video looks good or not. So either you're looking at really shitty video right now and the rest of the ride will be lost, or I'll switch to a different mount. Or it looks interesting and it'll be something we use. I'm pretty sure it'll get more attention than the camera sitting on top of the helmet does. It also makes head checks a little annoying because I tend to whack it on my shoulder. Yes, that's how far it sticks out. It's thoroughly ridiculous. It also directs a lot more wind up into the helmet, and it kind of pushes down on my chin a little bit. Only when you really get moving though. But it's noticeable, I mean, it's there. But the view might be pretty interesting. I hope I got the angle right. It's 70 degrees for my helmet, for the bend, for the mount. And I'll put up some pictures of the mount, or I'll float them across the screen here, because there's nothing really supremely interesting to look at right now. So yeah. So if I did that, if I bothered putting that together, there's some pictures of the mount. And there's a picture of it with the drift on it. I mean, you can see it does look pretty silly. The only interesting thing is, if this Chinbar mount works, I would love to be able to say, hey, anybody that's got a drift that wants a Chinbar mount, let me know. The problem being, it really has to be tailored to the specific helmet. And it's exceedingly hard to get the details for each helmet. The helmet companies aren't going to give up their CAD files so that I could make the mount off of it. So I'd need people to send me their helmet, which would be ridiculous. Or, I don't know. I mean, if I wanted to cover 90% of the vloggers out there, I'd just make it for the Icon variant, and, you know, that would cover pretty much everybody. So you see in the pictures of the mount there's a block that is using the same 3M double-sided tape that the normal drift mounts use. And that gets mounted to the chin bar of the helmet, and it's rather unobtrusive. I mean, it's only like an inch thick, or I'm sorry, not even. It's like 3/4 of an inch thick. That gets attached to the chin bar, like I said, with the 3M double-sided tape. And then there's the L-shaped bracket, and that actually bolts onto the chin bar block. The reason why I ended up doing it two-piece is because it does stick out, and it is a little annoying, and you're not going to want it there all the time. And Velcro is not really strong enough to hold it securely. So I figured I would make it two-piece so you could bolt it on, and then when you weren't using it, you could take it off, and all you had was just a little block on your chin bar, which isn't really enough to be that annoying. It's actually about the same deal as having a normal drift mount stuck somewhere. And the whole reason for the chin bar mount was I was watching a Space Pod video where he's talking about starting vlogging and things like that, and he says the only mount that vloggers should consider is the chin bar mount. And I kind of disagree with that. I mean, yeah, the chin bar mount can be a very good view, and it is a very good view. The top of the helmet mount works really great. If you've got really good scenery, I like the top of the helmet mount because I think it gives you a better view. The side of the helmet mount that I used at first, I kind of like it because it's like you're peeking right over my shoulder. It's like you're, riding pillion with me, which is kind of cool. But you do lose a lot of your view to the helmet. So that is the downside to that one, but it can be good for certain situations. I can think of some places that I've ridden where having that side view like that's actually beneficial because you're not really losing anything on the other side. And like I said, it does give you that personal riding right along with me view, which I think is kind of nice. I am all up on this guy's ass. It's kind of a douchey thing to do. The only other downside to this mount is I have a feeling that you guys can see my speedometer and everything. So, there's that. Not that I speed or anything.